Throughout this screencast, I'll be talking about the scenario of an individual and their barriers and culture. Also, I will talk about different initiatives and how participation will be able to increase. This could be due to their socio-economic background or if they have a disability. Here's the assessment criteria for 13.4, and this is what I'm going to be talking about. The first scenario is about John, who's 13 and he lives in Hastings. However, he has a low socio-economic background. Also, he goes to school near his house. However, he doesn't like getting involved in the school sports teams like football or rugby. Once he went on holiday with his family and tried out wakeboarding, and he really enjoyed it. However, his holidays are very rare, so he barely gets to try out these different sports. Sportivate would be able to help him. Sportivate is a £56 million lottery funding that gives more young people the chance to discover a sport that they love. The programme gives 11 to 25-year-olds who are not particularly sporty access to 6 to 8 weeks of free coaching in a range of different sports. So this would help out John, as he doesn't really enjoy the sports that he's in at his school, as he doesn't get much opportunity to try different sports. For John, money is one of the main barriers, as he has a relatively low socio-economic background. This could mean that he can't afford to have lessons or even go and try out a new sport. This means he's unable to practice or to see if he likes the sport or not. This is a limiting factor for John, as he can't pay for the equipment, so therefore he can't practice. Moreover, because his family have limited money, he relies on his parents to give him money. Also, he doesn't have a job due to his age, and his age is another barrier. Because he's not getting any income, this means he's unable to go to the gym or participate in any sports of a high price. This could cause stereotyping, as he's forced to play sports that don't cost much money, and this sport he may not like, and this could cause him to become demotivated. Sportivate is a 2012 Olympic legacy, and in the past it's only focused on semi-sporty people, but now it's focusing on creating a habit for sport. So 2015 to present, it's focused on completely inactive people. Sportivate was started in June 2011, and it was a 4-year programme, and it was aimed at 14 to 25-year-olds. But now, because it's such a success, it also aims the group to 11 to 13-year-olds, so they can take part as well. Additional funding is around £10 million a year, and it's been invested to allow the programme to run until March 2017. Sportivate offers a variety of different sports, so this can include judo, golf, tennis, wakeboarding, which John is very into, athletics, and it could be running. So this 6 to 8 week programme would allow a coach to teach you the range of different sports and events and help you train to get better at these events. Sportivate will be able to provide John with a free opportunity to be able to try this out, and lots of different sports as well, for around 6 to 8 weeks, and it will give him a good experience of different sports, not just a few that he plays at school and doesn't enjoy. Moreover, as Sportivate is a funding, he wouldn't have to pay, so therefore it doesn't cause a barrier. At his school, he doesn't have many opportunities to play different types of sport, and he's limited to football, rugby and basketball. Because he doesn't have a wide range of sports to play at school, he will lack experience of other sports. However, Sportivate would provide John with different sports that he can experience. Due to where he lives, not many people do wakeboarding, therefore not many people talk about it. Now I'm going to talk about the potential benefits and potential limitations for Sportivate. One of the benefits is that they have a well-designed activities which may be unusual, so therefore people will be able to try out different sports they may have never tried before. So this is good because it's giving people the experience that they may never get due to their funds. And it also links into other funds, Sportivate. And they're able to increase access because it's free or it has a low cost. So this is good because people that are at a low socioeconomic background may not be able to afford certain sports or the equipment needed. However, Sportivate provides all the facilities and equipment needed for that certain sport, so it helps participation in that sport. However, the limitations is that funding is very limited. Even though they have 56 million, that's not enough money to cover the individuals that don't have enough money to fund it themselves. Sportivate will only target now totally inactive people. So this could be a limitation, as people may be very active in some sports that are low cost, such as football, but most students will play like after football clubs and games. However, they may not want to play those typical sports, and they may want to try something else like wakeboarding, but they've not given the opportunity because they play sport most of the time, and Sportivate will not fund them. Moreover, Sportivate isn't sustainable, and it will only go on till 2017. Sportivate will help John physically, as he'll be able to play more sport that he loves more often, so this opportunity helps increase his physical ability. However, because it only lasts 6 to 8 weeks, it won't carry on for the rest of his life. Moreover, the project will help John's self-esteem and his confidence in sport. Also, he doesn't enjoy sport at school because he doesn't like the competition. Therefore, Sportivate will be able to help him build his confidence so that he will be more competitive. The next scenario I'm going to talk about is a girl called Louise. She's a very good footballer, and she's completed her CSL and loves coaching others. This could be others in her team or a different team. And her male PE teacher doesn't really encourage her to coach the younger male or female school teams. So he normally gives the roles to the boys in her team. However, Project 500 is a campaign to address the imbalance of numbers of male to female coaches, creating a more diverse workforce to drive the growth of female participation in sport. Louise has many barriers to prevent her from playing the sport she loves. One of the main barriers is lack of support from her teacher. He doesn't encourage her to coach the team, instead he gives the role to males, so this could be stereotyping, as football is already a very male-dominant sport. This could cause her to feel like she's not good enough for the role, and this could cause her to become demotivated. Out of school, there's no clubs that are there for talented footballers. There's only beginners club near where she lives, otherwise she has to travel 2 hours to get to this club twice a week, and her parents work, so therefore they can't drop her. The travel prevents Louise from partaking in the club and with individuals of the same standard as her. However, Project 500 could help Louise, as it's planning on getting more females into the coaching role since March 2013. It has gained 560 new coaches. This project could help Louise, as it will give her an opportunity to coach others that will be male and female. And at school, her PE teacher rarely lets her coach. Moreover, there is no female football team at her school, therefore she doesn't get the opportunity at school to play. Therefore, she relies on PE lessons to play football. However, she mainly plays netball and tennis at her school, and the boys play football and rugby. Once again, she may feel demotivated towards football, as she's not being pushed to excel in her skill. The benefits of Project 500 are that it helps equality, so this is important especially in football, as it's a very male-dominated sport, and this project is able to get more women involved to balance out the numbers. So this is important nowadays because the females will become role models to the younger generation, and it helps prevent stereotyping. For example, in rugby, it's seen as a male sport, and women may be looked down on for playing it. However, Project 500 encourages women to partake and become coaches in sports that are mainly dominated by males. Also, this project is able to give women power in an environment that is dominated by males. However, it does have its limitations. So there's still some male perceptions. So some males may think that women are not very good coaches and they will never be able to coach as well as the males can. And also only some will be able to do it. So the ones that are capable enough and have the skill enough to teach it will be able to coach it. Also, there's not a large enough requirement for the women. So even though they've made 560 new coaches, that's still never going to outbalance what there is in males compared to females. The next scenario is about Sarah. She has a disability and does not participate with her class in PE lessons as much as she'd like to. She is determined and competitive by her nature. However, she's unable to compete in her school's netball team. Sarah's main barrier to participation in sport is her disability. This affects her in many ways. Due to where she lives, there is no opportunity for her to compete in any disability sports. Even though she is a good sportsman and is very competitive, she doesn't get the chance to show her natural ability in certain games. For example, she's unable to compete in her school's netball team as they do not have the facilities and right equipment for Sarah. This could cause her to feel segregated due to her disability, and this could cause her to feel left out in team sports. The school doesn't give her much opportunity either. So, because they don't have the facilities or the equipment, it doesn't give her a lot of confidence to play. Moreover, she could lack self-esteem and she could cause stereotyping against her as they don't have the facilities for her to be able to play the sport, so she'll always have to sit out. School sports games helps increase the quality of school sport competition. Within this competition, there are 4 levels. Intra-school, which helps mass participation in schools. Inter-school, county, so this could be Sussex school games, or national school games, so this is for the elite. Now here's the potential benefits and the potential limitations of the school sports games. The benefits are it helps build individuals' confidence. It also has a school games mark, and it helps build with self-esteem. But the limitations is that it's only competitive, and if you're not a sportsman, then it's likely that you won't be competing. The benefits are good because it helps individuals become more confident in their sport, and it also, if they have a little bit of competition, it'll help them become more competitive, and therefore will help them become more confident at their sport, and in the long run it will help them play better. But the limitations is that there are 4 levels of competition, but if you're not competitive, you won't want to join in. Even though inter-school helps with mass participation in schools, you've got level 2, which is inter-school, level 3, which is county, and level 4, which is national schools game, and those are only for the elite players. Moreover, county is like Sussex schools games, and that'll be 1,000 from all schools, so that is one of the top players from your schools. Inter-schools are also a good way of helping people become more competitive as you compete within your school and within people you know. Overall, all these initiatives will help people become more confident in their sport, but also it will give them a chance to compete in different sports.